Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is Lana Tay coming to you today with another video, girl. Today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I did these long, large faux locks, goddess faux locks. Okay, guys, I know I have been gone from my channel for a minute, but we are back live with it. Okay, with these tutorials, I have so much content to give to you guys. I cannot wait for you guys to see everything. So she is natural. She's my client. She's been my client for the last few years. Love her. Okay, she always does fun colors like blues and blondes and pinks and greens, and I love it here. Okay, but yeah, so she's one of my fun clients, so you guys know I'm gonna have a different style when it came to her. Okay, so like I said, these are large diamond parts goddess faux locks. Okay, so goddess means that they have the curly ends. Faux locks means that they are locks, you know, fake locks. And diamond parts is that triangle part, and large, of course, they're large. So, and they will be like waist length. Okay, so the first steps first, especially since they are large, guys, you want to make sure you do some pretty large parting, even if the locks are not huge either. You still want to make sure the parting is large, okay, because that's what makes it large. Now so these are, like I said, the large diamond parts. So I like to just go ahead and do one line across, and then I like to do 2 or 3 locks in the back. So right here I'm using some Marley hair. So 613 is the color that I'm using for everything, for the Marley hair as well as the curly hair. 613, which is a platinum blonde. All right, so I'm going to, so Marley hair kind of comes into like thick bundles. Just pull a small piece off from the bundle and use that to braid the base down. So don't, make sure you're not braiding like super tight towards the root, because you're going to wrap it with the hair afterwards, and you do not want this to have so much tension where they're ready to take it out. Okay, so honestly, I still feel like locks are pretty tight no matter what you do, unless you're doing like super loose. So take that into consideration if you have like sensitive scalp, or if you're a tender-headed. Think twice about getting locks. Maybe think about like knotless or something like that. So I'm just gonna braid until I get to the end of her hair, guys. And then once I get to the end of the hair, I'm gonna just kind of let it go and go to the next, box braid. So like I said, the base is box braids, and the Marley hair is important because the Marley hair gives it that thick enough base, as well as provides slip resistance when it comes to wrapping. Okay, so that is super important. So like I said, I'm braiding, and then I am just going to kind of twist the ends until I'm done with her hair, and then I'm going to let go and go to the next one. And I'm just going to do like another row on top of that, and then that is going to complete the back. Then I'm going to start doing it from ear to ear, and I'm just going to kind of climb up until I run out of space. So that is what you guys are going to see right now. Now, I'm actually not going to go out through the whole head right now and do the box braids. I'm just going to do that first row and show you guys how I do the first row. After I do that first row, and then I'm going to proceed and just going to do the rest of the hair, okay? So like I said, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the these bottom braids, baby, and just kind of, like I said, just braid, and then I'm going to kind of two-strand twist the ends. And right here, guys, I'm going to explain to you guys what I'm doing. So you may be a little confused, like, what is she doing? Like, what is she wrapping? So, guys, the curly ends, I literally braided it, attached it to the end of the Marley hair, and the leftover Marley hair, I'm wrapping it up so that way you don't have all of this ends that you have to cut. You just wrap it up and everything is still secure. You're going to see a better view later on in the video, but I'm just kind of explaining to you guys what I'm doing. Like I said, I attached the curly ends just by braiding it onto the bottom of the Marley hair, or wherever I wanted the curly ends to stop. That is where I braided on the length of that Marley hair. And then, like I said, the bottom of that Marley hair, I just wrapped it up and, wrapped it up pretty secure. And that is how I got rid of that Marley ends instead of like cutting it, because you don't want those blunt ends if you try to cut it, or you don't want anything to unravel. So it's best bet is just your best bet is just to kind of wrap it up. Okay. So right here, guys, I am grabbing some of the Marley hair. Now, to me, the first row is always like a test, because you don't know how thick or how thin you want your Marley hair or your locks to be. I want the locks to be pretty thick because they are large. So I did make sure I just did one thick piece of that Marley hair. Marley hair usually come in like pieces, like pretty fluffy pieces, and I usually like separate the pieces if I'm doing like a smaller lock. But since I'm doing the thick locks, you just crochet one piece of Marley hair through the roots, okay, guys? And then I'm just going to grab one half of the Marley hair and wrap it. Now you're going to wrap with your dominant hand and hold with your least dominant hand. I am left-handed, so I like to wrap with my left hand. And I'm just going to wrap all the way to the end, guys. Discard anything that you see in this video. I was in the middle of like moving and organizing that room, and I have so many Amazon packages and so much hair, just so much everything. So disregard all that. But anyways, yeah, so like I said, I used that product on the roots, braided everything down, attached the curly end to the Marley hair, wrapped the Marley hair up, got another piece of the Marley hair and crocheted it through the roots. And then I'm going to just kind of wrap a couple times at the root and then just start wrapping down. Now, since that is blonde hair on top of black hair, you may have black peek through. If you can catch it at the moment, then you can always grab like a little piece of Marley hair and kind of just like wrap on top of that. But if you don't catch it till later, or you see a little bit of shifting, you can just add everything later, you know, just to kind of clean up all the little black pieces that you may see. Now with this Marley hair, I kind of wanted to see like if I could stick my thumb through and give it like a butterfly look, but I really wasn't a fan. So I was like, okay, how I'm going to do these locks is I'm just going to wrap like I do regular faux locks, okay? Whenever you run out, guys, you just want to grab the other piece that you are not wrapping, which I'm doing right now. Just switch sides, pinch it, and make sure that it does not unravel. You are going to wrap 3 to 4 times in that spot and then just kind of keep on going. Make sure you're not wrapping too much where it gets bulky, but wrap enough where it is secure. So I'm just going to wrap all the way to the end until I run out. If I need more Marley hair, guys, I'm literally just going to grab more Marley hair. It's really not that difficult. It's self-explanatory once you kind of just look and see what I'm doing. So I'm doing the same concept, guys, grabbing one end of the Marley hair. So sorry for someone texting me, but yeah, I'm just gonna grab one half of that Marley hair and just wrap on the other end. Yeah, guys, so make sure you are wrapping secure. So she has her braid with that Marley hair and the other side of that Marley hair together. Right there, if you guys caught it, I did have some black that was about to show, and I just kind of let go a little bit and kind of wrap a couple times in that spot where I would see like the black peek through, and then everything was fine after that, okay? So yeah, so I'm just gonna keep on wrapping, okay, until I can't wrap no more. Okay, so now we are done with that first Marley hair, and I need to make the locks longer because these locks are super long. So I'm just going to grab another piece of Marley hair, start off like I kind of did at the beginning, just wrapping it a few times at one spot, and then I am going to just keep on wrapping down. There is no crocheting like I did on the roots, just wrapping, guys. All right, y'all, so this is what I'm talking about. Once I get to the end, I'm wrapping, okay? You see the curly ends, guys? I'm going to show y'all how I end the locks. You're just going to wrap. And then you do want to kind of compare and contrast if you want to make sure that everything is kind of in the same area. But as you can see, the left lock was a little bit shorter than the middle lock is a little bit longer. I don't really think it too much matters unless it's like a dramatic or drastic difference. But you're just gonna wrap and just keep on wrapping until the Marley hair is gone, okay? Now you see that other piece of Marley hair, I'm gonna probably either fold up or cut that off, but I like to just fold up and just kind of wrap up and not really cut anything off, so that way you have that good little small little transition in between that curly hair and in between that Marley hair, okay? So I grabbed the other piece of Marley hair and I'm just wrapping tightly for these locks as well. So there you have it, guys. Look, okay, you got the curly ends, okay? Oh, so right there, I see that there was a difference in the length. So I literally grabbed a piece of Marley hair, cut it in half, girl, and just started wrapping. So I'm gonna wrap, and I'm gonna compare it to the other pieces just to make sure they all kind of line up in a similar, you know, length. And I'm just going to keep on doing that. I'm kind of comparing it, and then I'm going to pinch it off and just be done with that lock. Everything else will be pretty much sped up, guys, but this is the gist of what I am doing, okay? So Yeah, I hope you guys are learning something here around here. We got another 10 minutes of y'all just looking at how to do them. So if you guys are confused, then you'll have that. So yeah, that is how the locks are. I'm going to move on to the next row, as you guys can see. So right here, guys, I decided to not start off, start the Marley hair braiding at the root, only because I did the back, because the back is kind of like shorter than the rest. I want to make sure it didn't slide out. But right here, I'm just braiding like an inch, and then I'm adding that Marley hair to that braid, so that way you don't have a super bulky root. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying, like the thick root. Okay, it's gonna have a thick root because they're large large locks, but I don't want it to be like super bulky. I want it to be my choice if I want the lock to be bulky or not, So yeah, so I'm braiding, and then right here, it looks like I started adding the curly hair higher up, so that way, yeah, I just started adding the curly hair higher up, because I guess that's just what I felt like would look better. So like I said, guys, that first row is usually like a test trial to see how I'm going to do the rest of the style, especially if I like never done that style before. I've never done like large knotless and the curly knotless. So yeah, I just feel like this was like a lot easier. Instead of like waiting until I got to the end, I was like, you know what, let me just have more control over it. And so whenever I'm done with her hair, I'm just going to add that curly hair to the top, to the middle of the base. And then yeah, so now that I'm wrapping, I'm already have that curly hair mixed within it, so I don't have to worry about adding it to the end. You know what I'm saying? To me, this just makes things go about quicker, even though the style took about 5.5 hours. Only because like newer styles or styles I haven't done before, I'm a little bit more careful and strategic, because I don't really know what I'm doing yet, per se. Like, I know the gist of what I'm doing, but I don't know exactly what I'm doing, So yeah, that is why these take a little longer when it's like something that's new. Okay, y'all, so that is basically the explanation for everything. Everything else is you'll be able to just see for yourself. Yeah, if you have any questions, just comment below, and I will start back adding like my Amazon links to the products that I'm using. But Amazon like changed how you do the links now, so I have to figure out how to add everything back to the links. But I do have an Amazon store, and everything that I use in these videos, I do add to my Amazon store, guys. So check that out, okay? Because my Amazon store has a lot of good information and a lot of good materials there. Love you guys so much. I will talk to you in my next video. Bye. Hey y'all, and I'm back. So I'm just putting a little bit of mousse on the curly ends so that way the ends are more tamed and they're softer. And yeah, and I'm getting a lot of like the shed hair out, etc, etc. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of snip the ends or whatever. Y'all, these took forever. Forever in a day. And I'm oiling her scalp with some Two Girl oil. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. And yeah, guys, so here I am just kind of about to style her hair, and then I'm gonna do her little edges, and then we're gonna get it popping. Okay. All right, y'all, so that is basically all I'm doing. Like I said, I'm just styling her locks. And yeah, I will talk to y'all in my next video. And I'm for real this time. I'm gone. All right, bye, y'all.